One of the main reasons why our muscles feel tight and our joints feel stiff is because we're not moving them. This is especially true in the morning after you've been lying still and sleeping through the night. These structures are designed to move and they're meant to move, and that's how they feel better. And that's exactly what I want to help you out with today. This is a total body stretching routine you should do every morning to help eliminate aches and pains, help you to move better, and even feel younger. As I mentioned, this is going to be a total body stretching routine. We're going to start in the spine, move down to the lower body, and then finish with the upper body. By the end of it, you should feel and move a lot better. So let's get started with one of my favorite stretches for the lower back and the hips. This is going to be a lumbar rotation stretch. Hit start on my timer. Lay on your back with both knees bent. Keep your knees together, feet together, and then just drop them over to one side. Keep your shoulders flat to the ground. Right now, both of my knees are going to my left. I feel a good, comfortable stretch right here through my right side. Hold for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then I'm going to rotate both knees back the other direction. So now they're both dropping over to the right until I get a good, comfortable stretch right here through my left side. Hold 10 to 15, and then we're going to alternate this for 60 seconds. Go just as far as you feel comfortable. Stretching should be very relaxing, should be very comfortable. I don't want any pain with this. If you're experiencing pain, you might have pushed it a little too far. So just try to keep it nice and relaxing. The next stretch that we're going to get into is for your upper back. This is going to be a thoracic rotation stretch. I'm going to sit with my legs extended, cross my left foot over my right knee. My right elbow goes to the outside of my left knee, and then I apply just a little pressure. So I'm pushing slightly with my right elbow to rotate through my back. And so this is a good one. I usually get 1 or 2 little pops out of my upper back with this when I do it. We're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. And then in 3, 2, 1, we're going to alternate over to the other side. So now my right leg crosses over my left elbow goes to the outside as I push in this direction right here. Again, just till we get a good, comfortable rotation stretch through the upper back. The next stretch that we're going to do is going to be for the neck. This is an upper trapezius stretch. And so what you're going to do is just sit with good posture. My left ear goes over to my left shoulder. My left hand goes up to the opposite side of my head. And then I just apply a little bit of pressure until I get a good stretch right here through the right side of my neck. And this one feels good. You can even kind of rotate your head around. Just stretch where it feels tight. Stretch where it feels comfortable. Hold for 30 seconds, stretching the right side, come up out of it, and now we're going to go over here. We're going to stretch 30 seconds to the right side, stretching the left side of the neck out. And then up next, this is going to be one of my favorite total spine mobility stretches. This is a cat-cow or a cat-camel. We're down on all fours. I'm going to arch my back up towards the ceiling, pull my shoulder blades apart, and really kind of tuck my chin down into my chest. Hold for 5 or 10, good stretch through my whole back. Now we're gonna come back down this way. So my pelvis rocks forward, big arch in my back, and my eyes come up to look at the wall in front of me. I'm gonna hold that for 5 to 10, and then repeat. So this is kind of a total spine flexion move as we come into the angry cat pose. This is a total spine extension move as we come into the cow or the camel. We're going to do this one for 60 seconds. Next, we're going to stay right in this kneeling position and get into a hip flexor stretch. I'm going to bring my left foot forward, put my right knee down, and then just shift my weight onto my left foot until I get a good stretch right here through the right front of my hip. These hip flexors, they get tight, especially in the night, like if you sleep on your side with your knees bent, that can cause tightness in your hip flexors. They can pull on your lower back. This is a great stretch to address that. I'm gonna hold this for 30 seconds on the right, and then I'm gonna get into a left hamstring stretch. So now I'm gonna drop down, I'm gonna keep my left heel down, straighten my left knee out, and then sit down kind of onto my right foot until I get a good stretch right here through this left side hamstring. If it helps, you can even reach forward towards your toes to enhance that stretch back there. But we're gonna hold this one for 30 seconds as well. And then we're gonna get into a left hip adductor stretch, or the left groin. Simply pivot 90 degrees. So now we're in this position. We're gonna stretch the left inside part of the hip. So with my left leg out straight, I sit down again onto my right heel until I get a good stretch right here through that left adductor, through that left groin muscle. If this is hard on your knee, throw a pillow underneath your knees as we're doing these kneeling exercises. That usually helps to take some of the pressure off. Hold this for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna pop over onto the left knee. So make that transition, extend the right foot out, and now we're into the right hip adductor stretch. We're basically just gonna reverse the whole sequence now. So hold this one in a comfortable position for about 18 more seconds. So now we're gonna pop into a left hip flexor stretch, rotate again 90 degrees. Now we're in this tall kneel position. I'm gonna keep my left knee down, put my weight onto my right foot until I get a good stretch right here through that left side front of the hip, through that left hip flexor, and hold it for 30. After this, we'll fall into the right hamstring stretch. Keep your right heel down, extend your right knee, and sit that weight back down onto that left foot until we get a good stretch through that right hamstring. That one's a little tight on me today, and so we'll spend 30 seconds right here working that out. We'll get into two great stretches for your upper body. I'm gonna get in this tall kneel position, clasp your hands behind your back, pull your shoulder blades down and back as you extend your chest up towards the ceiling until we just get a good stretch right through the front of the chest, through the front of the shoulders. Hold it for about 10 seconds and then repeat. I'm showing you this in kneeling. You can certainly do this in standing. I just don't have my camera set up at the right angle. And then let's finish with one of my favorites. Again, you can do this one in standing as well. We're gonna reach both hands up and above the head, extend through the back, hold for 5, come back to this position. Now I'm gonna rotate my hands back towards the wall in this W position, hold for about 5 seconds, and then back. So we're extending through the shoulders, extending through the back here, and then here we're going to externally rotate and activate those back muscles as we get into this position. So hopefully by the end of this, you're feeling really good. I always like to supplement my stretching with strengthening. If you want a simple core workout routine that you should do every day to improve core strength, check that out right here. If you haven't subscribed to Tone and Tighten yet, hit the circle right here to do that. Hope you feel better, hope you're moving better, and we'll see you again soon.